Okay, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a couple of days since you've seen me, so I apologize. For those of you that follow me religiously, I hope there's a couple of you at least. And I just have had a very, very busy schedule, getting back to the office very late. And even though today I got back to the office pretty late, I'm still doing this live because I miss you guys. I miss teaching and I miss doing these lives. So that's why I want to get out here this late and do these lives. Folks, if you haven't watched any of these lives before, any of these recordings before, let me introduce myself. My name is Ozzy Simos. I am the founder of a few companies, but specifically this one is Go Marketing Consultants. I'm also the author of the Small Business Destruction Guide, a book that I published this year, which talks about small businesses and the oxymoron in the book. That's why the title is the Small Business Destruction Guide. Basically, why businesses fail within the first 24 months. Normally, it's a bunch of idiotic mentalities and actions that small businesses, entrepreneurs take or do that causes them to close. Let's get on to today's topic. And if you saw the title, if you're seeing this recorded, you saw the title. Well, this is title number 20. Okay. And I'm going according to the topics in the book. And we are actually in the last chapter. We're heading for a closing here. So in a few days, I will do the final live on this series of lives that I'm doing on the topics of the Small Business Destruction Guide. And this chapter is basically, it actually becomes a bit of a serious chapter because it's the 18 to 24 months time span. And that's the time span that, if your business isn't doing well, okay, it kind of gets very stressful because if it's not doing well, chances are there's no money coming in. And if there's no money coming in, you're either taking money out of your pocket, out of your family's reserve accounts, out of maybe friends and, extended families' reserves as well. And maybe you're borrowing from banks. Maybe you're looking for angel investments. And so it becomes very stressful. And the topic I'm going to talk about today is actually very serious, okay? And it's based on, in the book, I tell a story of a real story of a suicide from a business that I used to run. I wasn't the owner. So get the book and you'll read the story. But the title of this, the topic is actually, I'm out, I give up. And in life, if you, I don't know what age you are, person that's watching this, you may have heard, the only person that does not succeed is the person that gives up. Success ends the minute you give up. If you don't give up, chances are you're going to succeed sooner or later. Look, all of us fail. I'm, at this point, at this stage of my life, because I failed so many times that eventually you figure things out and you succeed. Okay. The important thing is that you model somebody, that you get mentors, that you get people that you can consult with, people, and you just try to educate yourself as much and as best as possible. Watching these lives, hopefully, I'm educating you. Whether it's watching it recorded or live, hopefully I'm educating you. Hopefully you're learning something that will keep you from failing. And that's the purpose of the book. That's why I wrote the Small Business Destruction Guide, is so that you do not fail in your small business. Now, giving up is literally where you really fail. Because when you give up, when you really, really give up, where you say, I've had it, like the title says, I'm done, I give up, I'm finished. Okay. There's really, how can you proceed? How can you go forward if you give up? Now, with saying that, there is a time that you do have to stop. You do have to, quote unquote, give up, in the sense that if your business is really failing and there's really, really no other way other than to close, then that's not giving up. That's, in a way, being smart if you have to. Giving up that I'm specifically talking about is when you really give up on yourself. on yourself. It's like, I'm a failure, I'm worthless, I can't do this, I can't do anything. If you're having that conversation with yourself at any point in life, that's the danger. That is when you really lose life. It's when you really give up on life and yourself, and then there's no way to succeed. Like I said, I've failed many times. I've had to close businesses. I've actually started businesses before it even did anything. I decided I'm gonna close this one down. 2012, 13, around the time that I wrote this book, I had a personal assistant. We were going one direction. I decided to go another direction. Registered the business, got the polos, the shirts, the invoice, everything set up, business cards, everything. And I made a decision out. It's not going to work out. So in essence, I gave up. I quit. But it's because it was a wiser decision than actually getting started, believe it or not. Okay. But I didn't give up on me. I didn't give up on my dreams and going after the things that, like I talk about in these lives. And I'm going to say this tagline in a minute. Okay. Go. It's just for the taking. That's why I figured it out. I go. It's mine for the taking. I'm going to take what's mine because the blessings are all there. I just have to go get them. Sometimes I'm going to get, a wrong one, or what looks like a shiny stone, and it might not be, but doesn't matter. Giving up on yourself is not the answer. Close your business if you have to, but don't give up on yourself. Keep going, because if you read the autobiographies of all the famous people, or people that have become famous, Steve Jobs, he got fired from his own company. If you just talk about one single person, okay? A lot of these guys literally failed consistently. And don't forget, oops, that was a call coming in on one of my phones. And don't forget that I lost my train of thought. That's what happens when you're live. I'll remember. But anyway, don't forget, guys, just don't give up on yourselves. If you have to close a business because it's not doing well, then close it. But keep going. Keep going. Keep following your dreams. Learn from your mistakes. And that's another thing. If you don't learn from your mistakes, then it's a useless mistake. It's a useless mistake. You have to learn from your mistakes. And learning from your mistakes is seeing, where did you go wrong? What happened? Why did it happen? Okay? And then don't repeat it again. Because if you keep repeating the same mistakes, then obviously you're going to redo it. And that's called insanity. You keep repeating the same mistakes and hoping for a different result. Okay? Folks, that is it for tonight. Okay? And I hope that you're having a great night and a great week. Today is Wednesday. It's hump day. In a couple of days, we're going to get the weekend again. And you know how I feel about the weekend. People that are self-employed, are entrepreneurs, there is no weekend. If you're clocking in and clocking out, the weekend is upon you. Folks, have a great night. Do not forget, go. It's just for the taking. This is Ozzy Simoes. I will see you, God willing, tomorrow in the live. And have a great evening. Adios, amigos. Until then.